What up? It's been a couple weeks, I think, since the last video. We got New Year's, we got Christmas, and 2024 was such a blessing in disguise, and that's really what life is in general. So, I'm gonna keep this thing short today and real to the point. We got 2024's biggest lesson is 2025's biggest skill, most necessary skill. And that is kayaking your emotions, is what we'll call it. But not everything is whitewater rafting, and it's not always going to be a pleasant, placid stream that you're just canoeing in. But you do have to be able to go with the flow and manage your emotions. So, for instance, it's crazy that today was like, I had a test today. And I'll preface everything that I'm going to say with this. There's two things, two examples. The first example is this, and you can see if you've had any examples like this in your life. So I just got back from the gym, great session, headed to the grocery store for a few items. And at the grocery store, there's one of the grocery stores. The neighborhood is not bad, but some people have been using old receipts to get new items. And so they've got some security guards who will check the receipts on the way out. Well, on the way out, path of least resistance. In some cases, like pick and choose your battles. So path of least resistance and pick and choose your battles, right? Like not everything's a battle to be fought. And that's where we get a lot of our emotions caught up. So this is part of it, is that we let our emotions get caught up in every single circumstance or every single thing we think is a battle that needs fought. That's not the case. And so I'm walking out of the grocery store, just quick, show the security guard my little thing, and he's like, "Hey man, you catching the games today?" I'm like, I forgot it was, Wild Card Saturday. And so we just chop it up real quick about the games. I'm like, man, okay, check you later. So I'm headed out. And this other gentleman, black man, older man, he wasn't that much older than me. He thought he was. But he asked me this question. And so it's an energy thing. It's an energy thing. And like you can really check your energy in every situation, whether you're reading something online, somebody's talking to you, or whatever, you can always check your energy. So he starts talking to me and he's like, "Hey young man, did you know that the customer has the option or the right to show the receipt or not?" And my answer was, "I don't really care about none of that, man." And he said, a person can really show their intelligence by how they answer a question. And the question that I asked you was a yes or no question. And I'm sitting here like, my mind, I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, think about this. I go out to the grocery store, get my items, heading out the door, flash your security guard real quick. We chop it up about the game. It's cool. I don't care about showing him my receipt or not. I literally don't care. It's a quick flash, out the door. Does not bother me one bit if that's how they choose to do things. Like path of least resistance. And so it's like, does this bother me? Is this hurting me? No. Quick flash, out the door. His conversation actually bothered me more than flashing the receipt, and he couldn't even see this. And so we happen to be walking the same way, and he's chastising me about how I answered his question, how to appear intellectual, how the black man have failed my generation, and how they got to do a better job of teaching us and showing us the way. And I was like, at one point I stopped talking because I realized he was never going to understand my point of view, which is path of least resistance. Like, this is not about, I don't care about showing him my receipt or not. There's no infringement on my rights. I don't care. Even if it is, I don't care. I just don't care. That's not a battle I choose to fight. And so we got to his car, and at this point, I'm just silent, like letting him say his piece, because obviously he needs to say his piece to somebody. And after he ran out of steam, I finished walking to my car. And I actually had to sit there and like release that as I'm releasing now in this video, like letting you know. Because he didn't understand that he did more damage to my energy than the security guard did. He did more damage to my mental state than the security guard did. And what I had to do was rewrite that entire scene and get into my emotional state, feel what I felt, and then let that pass. Just like when you're in a river and the water is just flowing by you. Or in the short that I just posted, and the waves are crashing against you. Like, it hit me, and the funny thing is that I've been talking about vibrations. He was driving a Pontiac Vibe. And so I got in my car and I drove by him and I was like, he will be in a Pontiac Vibe because this is messing with my vibe right now. And I don't have to let it. And so I actually expelled that with some breathing exercises, just like literally woosah. Like, we got to let that go, right? And it was cool it was actually cool that I experienced that in the moment, because after 2024, I realized it's so important for us to manage our emotions consciously. Because if you're not managing your emotions consciously, you are reacting and you're playing catch up with your desired state and with everything that's coming to you, right? And so the second part is, and this is a good thing. So these is two things. One is on the other end of the spectrum, and the other's two ends of the spectrum here. So I do some sim racing, as you guys may or may not know, and here I'll show you the video. Just take this over here. So I have a whole setup here, and I just do I do a lot of racing. And sorry if there's some noise. It looks like somebody's doing a showing upstairs. So I do some racing, and in my mind, ever since high school, we lost the state championship in high school. We got there, lost. And so in my mind, I've always wondered if I was ever good enough to win a championship, win a ring. What does that mean? And I finally understood this week that my desired state is a state where I can beat my chest and tell myself that I did it. That this is possible. That's my actual desired state. It's nothing else, because everything that I desire comes with that state. So I've been putting myself in that state all week. I am the man. I am a winner. This is what I do. And more on that later. The gist of this is, this week I hit a milestone that I've never hit in the 2 years that I've been sim racing. On my sim racing channel, you can check this out, Jimmy Disco, 2 O's. I had the second fastest Audi R8 V10 time in the world. Won this game. It was top 10 in America. I think I was ranked 9, and then at one point I was ranked 78 overall, but I know I'm in the top 100 in the world. And when I saw those metrics, like when they appeared on the screen, and I saw what I had done, it didn't feel like anything. And I'm saying that to tell you this. When you're already in the state desired, seeing the results is only a matter of fact. It's only a matter of time. Because you're already in the state. I'm already in the state of understanding that I'm that guy. I can do this. I am possible. I am capable, right? And when the metrics show what I already believed to be true, it was almost like, all right, on to the next thing. Because think about this. If we are children of God, children of Christ, whatever you want to call it, children of the universe, all part of the universe, all is one, whatever you want to call it, made of the same particles as stars and all this, why is it shouldn't be a surprise when the things that we claim to be begin to manifest in our lives? It shouldn't be a surprise. We should already expect those things, because that's what we are. And so that's what happened this week with that is I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, I'm the second fastest Audi in the entire world and the fastest Audi in America. South America, Canada, like the whole world. 250,000 people. I'm in the top 100. I'm one of the 100 fastest guys at this thing that I just did. And I just want to express that I already felt the feeling. I had already felt the emotion. I was already in the state. So when the metrics showed that I am in the state, it wasn't a surprise. It was more like about time. And that's what this is about. 2024 showed me that it is so paramount that we manage our emotions second by second, minute to minute, consciously. And that is 2025's biggest skill, is persistently remaining in the state desired, no matter the circumstance. Because that is how the subconscious mind is able to manipulate the elements around us into showing us that this is your state. This is the state that you're in right now. Everything around you, everything that you have, is showing you the state that you're in. What you spend your money on, how you believe, the things that you go after, the things that you read, it shows you the state that you're in. And so it is absolutely paramount this year that you manage that in the morning when you get up, before you go to bed at night, and during the day. Nothing disturbs the state that you're in. Nothing. If you recognize something that disturbs the state that you're in, you remove it. Whether that's blocking somebody, whether that's removing people from your social media, whatever that is, we do not allow, and this isn't being, a lot of people take this kind of thing as an opportunity to return bad energy or be a jerk to someone or return someone's karma to them. And this is not that, because if you're the man or you're the woman, we don't pay attention to that stuff, right? By whatever we focus on is what is, right? Right? So where attention goes, energy flows. And if your energy is flowing towards negativity, that's what's going to be created around you. And that's why if somebody does you wrong, you rewrite that in your head. Feel the emotion for a second, but rewrite that. It's nothing. Understand that person's probably going through something and go about your business. Bless them, in fact. Bless them. When you bless them, you bless yourself. If somebody does you wrong, bless you. Bless you. And bless me too. It's all good. That will create more so than, man, this person did me wrong, and you ruminating on that. Like, really think about that. And so that's what this is. 2024's biggest lesson. We have to manage our emotions, our state, constantly. All the time, we have to manage that. And number two, this year, that is our focus. That is our focus. For every single second, every single minute of this year, we are consciously creating our reality. We're not allowing circumstance to cause us to react, and our reactions create. We're consciously creating, okay? That's all I wanted to say. Listen, have a blessed 2025. If you like this message, you know what to do. Hit your boy with the subscribe and a like. If not that, comment if you have any questions. I got the TikTok going. My blog is still up. I've got to update that. And then the podcast, obviously, will have this audio as well. All under the Proper Gentleman's Club. So, appreciate you taking the time to listen. Happy New Year. And I hope your 2025 is crazy good. I'll catch you guys later.